kind of out. Hello, I'm Pam Hoffman, Everyday Spacer.
I'm Jeff Miller, 2049 Outfitters.
At Everyday Spacer, we show regular folks how to personally and directly participate in space exploration, science, and astronomy. We're here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific Time, 12 midnight Eastern Time, and 12 noon on Saturday in Hong Kong. We're broadcasting live from Thousand Oaks, California. Thank you so much for joining us.
Tonight's guest is Joaquin Haces-Garcia. I hope I pronounced the last name correctly. We'll be back in 8.3 seconds.
Help us welcome Joaquin Haces-Garcia. Joaquin is our first student guest. He's from Texas A&M University Kingsville, and he's 20 years old. He was named a Young Innovator at Carolina Biological, as well as other, I guess it's accolades. I'm not sure what the right word is. At other organizations, such as he was a top 30 finalist in Broadcom Masters in 2016. He was a finalist at Intel ISEF in 2018 and 2020. And Joaquin recently concluded an 8-week summer internship with Prairie View. Please explain all of that to us tonight, Joaquin.
So, hi. As Pam said, my name is Joaquin. I've done a lot of stuff in the last 20 years. It's been kind of wild. So some of the stuff that I've done is mostly just focused on STEM and just focused on specifically how young people can actually do STEM. For example, I did, as was mentioned, I did some programs. Here's the first one that was mentioned was Carolina Young Innovators, which is the shirt that I'm wearing right now. It's a nice program where essentially you can submit young people that have done amazing things from your community, from your region, from anywhere in the world, and they just get displayed. 12 students, 12 young people. Every month, there's always a one spotlight, and it's just a way to communicate how young people are able to do more in STEM. I want if I could stream a screen I got here.
Yeah, you just share the screen, and I'm really looking forward to these because, I'll add it in a second, because I'm going to add them to the list of things that we talk about all the time. And I take it there's like timelines or dates that we have to concern ourselves with here?
There's a few of them. For some of them, others don't really have any specific dates.
Okay.
We can talk about it more as we look through the website.
Okay, great. Let me go ahead and add it, and we'll focus on that for a second. So take it away, Joaquin.
So here's the first thing that was mentioned, the Young Innovators program by Carolina. This program is meant to spotlight one young innovator, as mentioned, from anywhere in the world. And it's meant to just show how young people are able to do amazing stuff in their communities. And you can actually apply to this at any point. There's a recommendation form right here. It's fairly easy to fill out. It's nothing too complicated. And honestly, it's very rewarding. I was one of the first ones added to the program. I don't think this is my month, but I have met some of the people that did this. So it's just a very interesting program to just kind of get your name out there, to share what a young person is able to do.
Can you tell us, is there age ranges for this? What's kind of who are they looking for? What kind of young person are they looking for?
Anyone that's younger from between kindergarten to high school.
So it's a pretty broad range. And you said anywhere in the world. Is that one applies to anywhere in the world?
Yes. So
okay.
So actually, some of the first, you can actually download all the profile cards you have here. You actually have, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, he is, this young innovator was really young when he did his thing. I was about 14 whenever I was introduced to the program. And it's just young people in general, teenagers, kids that have done amazing things.
All right, so let's take a second to say hello to our audience. We've got Daniel here, and Scott, and Cliff, and Jessica. Thanks for joining us. Hello, and also Anthony. Welcome. And just so you know, Joaquin, these folks are Daniel's one of our neighbors. He's down the street. Cliff is in Australia. I don't know where Scott, Jessica, or Anthony are. Maybe they will tell us in a minute. You had some other great organizations to tell us about too, right?
Yes. These are more focused on what you can do locally. So something that it might not be in every school, it might depend on your region, is science fair. Personally, that's the route I took. There are multiple routes that you can do through STEM as a young teenager in high school and middle school. Another website that I have here is something called Intel ISEF, which ISEF stands for International Science and Engineering Fair.
Oh, very cool. We're going to have to add that one to our list.
Yes. So this one, essentially, it's a bunch of countries sponsor high schoolers to participate in a giant convention. And there you can just compete and gain some very awesome rewards. As you can see, there's the web page is right here. I participated in the virtual Regeneron ISEF. This one was the first virtual competition that there was due to the virus at the time.
Okay.
And honestly, it's just an amazing experience. Even just going and looking around to all the projects, you learn a lot from the students and how they just did some amazing stuff. One time I saw someone make a battery with a banana.
Oh my God, a banana. I hadn't heard that one.
It was weird, and it was very interesting because it was in the chemistry section, and it was just essentially just explaining how they did it. And there are others making like helmets that would be able to work with virtual reality. This was before the whole Oculus and just virtual reality became a thing. This was in like 2018. This was when it was barely getting started, and there were some high schoolers already focused on that.
Very good. So let's go back to our audience here. We have Anthony in Delaware. Awesome. And I've actually been to Acton, Scott. I know where that is. I went looking for lilacs there because that's one of my favorites from Ohio, and they're just not the same. Jessica's in California. Also, Jessica says, been a member of the meetup. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad you did tonight. Thank you so very much, and we really appreciate that, especially coming out for Joaquin. And Daniel is, he says he's on the ballot in November. The Cliff says, great to see as I share info in the Alpo. Yes, the Alpo Youth Group. That's a Facebook group, Joaquin, just so you know. They are, is Alpo actually in Australia, Cliff? I wasn't sure. But
I thought it was, I thought it was international.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Joaquin, did you have another website you want to talk to us about?
I have one more. This is the second to last one that was mentioned. This one's called Broadcom Masters. It's sponsored by the same people that do ISEF, but this one is focused more for middle schoolers, people between 6th and 8th grade that essentially do the same thing, but just at a younger age to have a small, just a more lighthearted competition rather than just so much pressure with being around a lot of high schoolers.
Well, that sounds like a great way to kind of get your feet wet and check it out and see if it's the kind of thing you like to do, see if there's some fun in it for you. And I bet there's prizes there too, right?
Yes, actually, the last one is actually more of a competition just in general. Essentially, they send you for a week to a certain location. It varies depending on what year you're going, and they just send you to do challenges that have to do with STEM. Whenever I participated, I had to make a crab that was able to grab its pins, that was able to do like pincers, but just using injection syringes.
Oh, interesting. So it was a little bit more of a mechanical thing, as opposed to, I'm thinking, robotic or electrical or something like that, huh?
Yeah, it was essentially just to have middle schoolers be exposed to more on how things work in the world around us, which I think is very nice to have.
Yeah, very cool. So let's see. Cliff says that Alpo is based in the United States.
So
All right.
I think he basically hooks his Australian youth group to with his Australian group with Alpo.
Okay.
So
cool. And he talks about Pamela Shivak. Yes. In Florida. Okay, I didn't really know where they were. Daniel says, Broadcom Masters funded my electrician buddy to invent the first flameless candle in the 80s. How interesting. Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah, Broadcom's actually a very famous company when it comes to that type of stuff. That's why it's very impressive.
Broadcom, that's the company that makes the Wi-Fi chips and a bunch of other chips, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Did you have more to show us from the website?
Well, there is a few things that you can see in all the websites. They actually show you like what the important dates for specifically this one. On this competition, there's the one for 2022 is already closed, and it's about to actually occur. They're going to announce the finalists. But for next year, normally these dates don't really change. So if you're able to apply during these days, it's the whole process, and it's very interesting if any middle school student was to apply.
Yeah, we are definitely going to be adding these to the list and finding out like when to announce them and let people know. And that's middle schooler, so we're talking. What are we talking? 10 to 15?
We're talking about between 11 to 14.
Okay.
So like I said, there's very young competitors. I did this one when I was about 13. I was in 7th grade.
Cool.
Yeah, after I came from Mexico, it was one of the first things I did.
Nice.
Okay. So like, how did you kind of get involved with all of these? Did they come? Well, you tell us.
So I initially got involved because, truthfully, I'm not from the U.S. I was actually born in Mexico. I was raised over there till I was in about 5th grade. And something that you learned really quickly was that there weren't many opportunities over there. There wasn't anything you wanted to do. It was very it was hard for anything because you needed a lot of money to even be on the basketball team. It was a little weird personally. And then my family moved here to the U.S. and suddenly so many doors were just open. And
interesting. Is that because there was a job that brought you here and there was more money from the job, or were these sponsored? Things that you could work with. I was wondering how the middle school kids would get to these week-long events. And I mean, did the families have to cover that? Go ahead.
So normally, how it normally goes is you do need support from your family because I got called a crazy kid for a while. My project was essentially a car seat alarm system, where you essentially plugged a car seat into the car, and anytime that the car seat would detect that there was a baby inside the car, it would sound the alarm. That way, the baby wouldn't get heat stroke inside the car. Because that was a very real.
Only the baby, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember you talked about that during the Science is Cool event.
Yes.
Very good.
Something I didn't mention in that event is that I was actually called. If anyone's ever watched the show Phineas and Ferb, something that they always say is like, "Aren't you too young to do like this or that?" That happened to me a few times when I was buying parts for the car seat. because
Okay.
So did you answer yes, I am?
yes, absolutely. I was just saying like yes, and my mom's actually here to buy the part. I'll just be using it.
It just reminds me of the Big Bang Theory. They have an offshoot show with the guy, and they show up at his door because he ordered plutonium or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that. It felt like that personally.
Yeah. Daniel, good point. Our best American citizens are citizens by choice. Very good, very good. Yeah, you were going to say something, Joaquin. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as soon as I came to the U.S., I saw so many opportunities, and with going from like zero, you can't really do anything other than just do normal school, to just having so many opportunities like chess club or science fair or these things called UIL, which are like competitions where you can compete with like knowledge. You can go into maths and do like number sense. If you guys are aware, do you guys know what number sense is?
I hadn't heard of that, and it just occurs to me we took that stuff so for granted when we were going through school. So I really appreciate that you are here to illuminate us on how very different it could be from being from another country and then coming to here. But yeah, tell us more.
So whenever it comes to the opportunities, I understand that there's a lot of doors, and whenever I talk to my friends, whenever I talk to anyone really that's like in the younger age, I always hear the same thing of I just don't know what to do. I just don't know how I can get involved. I don't know where I want to go from here, and I just look at them and say try anything. If you don't try, then you're not going to find what you're good at. That's always what I tell my friends. And so whenever I started doing all these competitions and all this stuff, I kept getting a little bit more attention here and there. And essentially got the nickname of like the science kid in my middle school.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's very cool. And I would say also think about in terms of what you really like. And a lot of times when people are working and they don't know how to figure that out, well, what do you like to do on the weekends?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that would help you talking to these other folks, but yeah, it might come down to like, what do you like, and what are the things you look for doing on the weekends when you can do anything,
Mm-hmm. It's really interesting because whenever I talk to anyone, it really comes down to what they like. For example, I have a lot of artist friends that learned to draw when they were very little, and now they're doing art majors in college, and they're doing really well for themselves. I also know people that are in music, people that are in going to a lot of stuff in general medicine, and it's all based on their hobbies.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great to hear, because if you love it, it's no longer work. It's like your passion. We do have another comment. Hang on a second. Let's get Cliff up here with one of my astronomy friends is in Mexico. Jorge Alba Run, a uni or college, something like that. Oh, is that a place, the Jorge Alba Run?
No, I think he means
I think that's his friend.
Yeah.
That's his friend. Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first, and then I was like, wait.
I think the guy's name is Jorge Alba, and he runs a university or college.
Oh, I see. Got it. Mm-hmm. Help us out, Cliff. If clarify, please.
Yeah, but honestly, there's just so many things. I can understand how a student might fall under the umbrella of there's just so much I don't know what to do, and it's kind of crushing a little bit because student is given everything, and at the same time it's kind of hard to choose,
Yeah. So talk to us about like if you could do like your kind of dream thing, what would that look like?
My dream thing probably has to be something to do with management. Right now I'm going to college for mechanical engineering. I want to focus on how certain industry works are, how I'm able to better qualify some of the industry. That way, things are done safer. Things are done more efficiently, and with better quality. I just want to be able to focus on something like that whenever I'm in the future. It's
So,
just what I'm passionate about.
Jeff has a thought.
So you're looking for like beginning in project management, or are you looking like a higher level than that?
I'm thinking something around project management, hopefully maybe a little bit higher. Just, but I do know that everyone has to start at the bottom. Everyone has to start as a worker, so it's just build your way up from there.
Yeah, my dad was a mechanical engineer, and he's actually got patents to his name, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, you can do a lot with that. Let's see. Cliff comes back and says, I was always the science kid. Cool.
Yep. I think a lot of people here on this channel.
There's worse things to be called. Jorge Alba shares stuff on my Facebook club page. Okay, got it. So it sounds like he does run a university or college. Very cool. All right. So tell us about what's happening for you. You're actually heading into college for the first time, like in a couple days, right?
Yeah, it's my semester is actually going to start on Monday, so that's going to be fun. I've already been eyeing a few of the clubs that they have here at this college. There's the UAV club, which focuses on drones and piloting drones.
Oh, right. Yeah.
There's some other clubs that I've been seeing. There's this one called the Gamer Club. That looked interesting. I don't know if I'm going to go
little gamer right here.
Yeah, that was me.
It looked really interesting.
Yeah, you might want to look up Mecca too.
Mecca.
Yeah, mechanical, and it's I think something. It's mechanical engineering, but it's a Mexican born is I think the focus of it.
Oh, interesting. I was what is it like a trade organization? I know Robotics International. Okay. Well, I was part of that once upon a time.
Look for it. It might be a historical reference though. It's been a while since I was in college.
I'll look for it. Mecha, you said? Is it like MECHA?
Yeah, it's spelled like Japanese anime mecha.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so when you're going to your classes starting Monday, what's that going to look like for you? What is the composition and how long are you going to be there? What's happening for you, like for the foreseeable future?
So right now, thankfully during high school, that's actually a really good question, because during high school I actually did something called dual credit. Which was essentially advanced college. You took college courses during high school, and it just counts as college credits. And I took enough of them so that now I'm going for 2 years to college, and then I graduate from my bachelor's.
Oh, nice.
That's a really good way to go. You sort of condense the time of
yeah, and you got a lot of the little classes that you need to take out of the way, huh?
Yeah, I got a lot of it done early. I don't want to. Plus, everything was paid by my high school, so it was, like I said, just took advantage of what was.
That sounds like you had a really good high school too.
Yeah, I will say I was very fortunate to go to a very good high school. I met some amazing people there.
Very smart, very smart. Good job. So let's see. Cliff has come back and said, I did teach in my own class in high school. Yep, nerd.
I feel that. So I used to, whenever I was with my friends and we were all taking the same class, we would all group up together, and some of us would sometimes either teach certain things. For example, I was not very good at English, so I had a lot of my friends help me out with that. But I was very good at math, so any pre-calculus, I would always hop in and help with those.
Well, your English is excellent. I have sometimes hosted an event on Duolingo where people can learn other languages. They've actually gamified it, and I'm always so impressed by how enthusiastic the folks that I was helping from really all over the world and how good they were. They just needed a little more confidence. Their English was very good. They didn't know things. There were more slang or idioms, that kind of thing. But yeah, it was very rewarding to do that. I did about 68 weeks worth recently, and I'm taking a break now, but I might actually get back into that. That's an incredible group there. I don't know if you've heard of that, Duolingo.
Yes, actually, my dad uses it. He goes in Duolingo every now and then, and he's always saying like, "I have to keep my rank from Duolingo. I need to do so many certain lessons."
Jessica's familiar with Duolingo too. Very cool. All right.
Yeah. And your dad's older, so he's going to learn the language. It's going to be harder for him to learn the language than you, because the younger you are, the easier it is to learn a language.
And I think enthusiasm and motivation can go a long way for that too.
Yes.
All right. So anything else that our audience would like to ask Joaquin? Anything else you would like to share with us, Joaquin? We'd love to hear more.
I mean, truthfully, it's just even now, like going to college and having done a lot of stuff, I'm still trying to find new things to do. For example, I actually took up art and drawing because I used to suck at drawing before, and now I just draw randomly every now and then. I took it up this summer, and that's actually led me to something that I want to focus on, which is 3D drawings and modeling, which is something that I want to focus on my major, because I started with this.
And doing that kind of work, it can change the way you look at other things. It's an R mode, L mode thing. I've studied just a little bit. It's from a book that's called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. You might actually enjoy that. And she is involved with brain studies. It was. I don't know if she still is. In this area here, Long Beach, California. It was actually very, very interesting about, the modes of the brain. And anyway, we got another comment. Let me take that. Let's see. We don't have many youth groups.
Mainly sport.
Mainly sports. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do see that a lot when it comes to some high schools, that they have a lot of sports support. Even my high school, 80% of the budget went to the football team.
Oh, wow.
Not to be bad towards the football team, but last I remember, I forgot when they last won a game.
Okay.
That's all jokes.
Resources to go and okay.
All jokes, but yeah, a lot of high schools do.
Well, here's the reason, because the biggest sponsors, parent sponsors, are sponsors of football students.
Oh, that's true.
So, so they're also the biggest source of scholarships are sports scholarships. So if they find someone good, they prop them up and hopefully get them a scholarship from it.
Yeah, I think we should have more science scholarships out there.
Yeah.
There are, if you look for them, truthfully. Like the three websites that I showed, honestly, there's so many more programs that I can't possibly name that I've been a part of. There's a Key Club, that one is for voluntary service. There's there's just any club in general. For example, like I mentioned, if a high school has chess club, that's usually a pretty good gateway to any academic stuff. So if anything, if you know like a student that's going through high school right now, the biggest advice you could give them is talk to your teachers about that type of stuff, because those teachers are the ones that know what is available in the school.
Yeah, great advice. And I remember, finishing my high school and getting my diploma, and I was like one class away from some big deal award, and I would have taken that class had I known that it was like you had to have three or more years in English and history and science and math, and I was missing one math class because our math at high school was not that great. I love math personally, and when I got into advanced classes, I did exceedingly well. And I wish I would have been able to get that. Jessica comes back with Scholarly is a great resource for scholarships. Okay, is that like Scholarly.com or something, Jessica? Is it a website? What are we talking
Sounds
about?
like it.
Sounds like it.
It sounds like something like that.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, Joaquin.
I was just gonna say that my college has like a specific website just for scholarships inside the college as well as external scholarships just to take you.
Nice.
That's honestly very good. This colleague.
Excellent. Well, I hope you avail yourself to all those possible resources. And boy, how long are you saying you think you'll be done in a couple of years and get your degree?
Yeah. So my plan is right now, like you mentioned, I did do an internship throughout the summer.
Wow.
It was focused on the 3D modeling. I worked with Prairie View as well as NASA to do some prototypes for an experiment. I don't know how much I can say about it. I think I'm gonna leave it there because I don't know if there's like a secret thing that I'm not supposed to say about. So I'm just gonna say I did work with.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We totally appreciate that, especially in this industry, in this field, space exploration and stuff. There's a lot of things people can't really talk about. All right, yeah. Cliff comes back with, we don't have the population for such groups, but there are a lot of small, different types of clubs.
Yeah, that is true. Very true. I actually used to volunteer at the local soup kitchen when I was in 6th and 7th grade. After school, I would go. It would be me and my mom. She would have to drive me over there, and I would just help serve plates and bring them to the kitchen to get them washed. And it was an experience. That's actually how I got to know a lot of people from the community.
Yeah, I've definitely done that myself, and it makes you really appreciate and count your blessings.
Yeah.
Hear what you have.
Yeah, it really does.
We're gonna watch for more comments. Anything else you want to share with us, Joaquin?
Truthfully, the soup kitchen thing that reminded me of something.
Good.
Getting good communication skills is actually really good before even entering high school. Because if you're able to communicate an idea to someone, it just becomes so crucial that you essentially become a translator. Because if you're able to talk to someone, get their idea, and translate it to their teacher, you just help someone out, and it just you are known as that type of person.
And that'll be really good when you're going into technical management.
Yep.
Because
even more important.
You need to talk to the non-tech people.
Yes.
And the tech people, and you need to convey the ideas back and forth.
Yeah, there's almost nothing worse than a very high-level techie person talking high techie to just regular lay people, and you really want that person that can bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Also, being funny.
Being funny is good. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Now, are you looking at going back once you've got some work under your belt and getting like a management degree, or are you looking at just organically getting into management?
I was thinking about doing it organically. Mechanical engineering is the type of field that touches on a lot of different engineerings, and is able to work with anything because it's mostly focused on motion. So it just I feel that it will come naturally. Like maybe I was thinking of doing a business minor for a bit, but I did realize that I can also do that while working because an MBA can be done while you're in the job.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah.
All right. So, and you may recall when you were on the Science is Cool 9 event, Lydia was part of the conversation that you had. And I heard from her mom, we may actually bring her on as a guest soon as well.
That sounds awesome, honestly. I other than the event, I've talked to Lydia like maybe once or twice before. She's honestly very, very, very kind. She's very smart. She is. I think she's still in high school, which is honestly awesome. that she's that young and doing some of the stuff that she's doing.
Yeah, right. I have a feeling that's why her mom reached out to us. And you know what? If she's on here too, I'm just thrilled to have both of them. So we will see what happens. So stay tuned, you and everybody else. All right. We will, like I said, we'll watch for more comments. We do have a couple more segments in our show, and I know it's getting really late for you, Joaquin.
It's all right. It's not that bad. It's 11:35 p.m.
You're starting college on Monday though, so I want to give you a little bit of a break.
Well, he needs to learn how to stay up until 2 a.m.
It's true.
Oh, I did that in senior year.
Yeah, you might pull all-nighters in college too. I've heard it's a little different than high school, so.
Yeah, I've heard so too.
Alrighty, so I want to encourage you to get your free list of annual meteor showers. It's on the other one brand. That one, yeah. Go ahead and visit the meteorshowerchart.com. Fill in the form, press the button, and get your chart today. All right, your turn. That's you.
Okay, so other events this week, August 19th through August 26th. The Globe at Night project is still going.
Oh, I better show that one. Here we go.
Your turn.
There.
It runs from August 18th through 27th. You can help Globe at Night directly. Just go out, snap a picture of Sagittarius in the southern hemisphere and Hercules in the northern hemisphere. Compare your photo to the choices on the site and let them know what you see. And this, what you're doing is contributing to citizen science by helping them determine light pollution.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Across the globe, yeah. August 19th, last quarter moon, and Mars and the moon are in conjunction. August 20th, which is near us, VCAS Star Party at Moore Park College runs 8 to 11 p.m.
Yeah, that's our local astronomy group here.
Yeah. August 24th through 26th.
Oh, we got one for that too.
Is New Space, and more about that shortly.
Yeah.
August 25th, Venus and the moon are in conjunction. August 26th is our next week's Friday night show, and we have another guest. Find us Fridays at 9 p.m. Pacific time on the Everyday Spacer Facebook page and the Everyday Spacer YouTube channel. Also, last quarter moon. And Mars and the moon are in conjunction.
So some other events and activities that we know about, and we're going to add some more now that we know from Joaquin some of the cool things happening. One of them is a Space Prize Speaker Series. We've talked about Space Prize in the past. Let me get you that link. I will share that in the comments. It should be a live clickable link for you. And they did just have, I think it's weekly, they have someone come and talk in that organization. Also, the Space Education Symposium is happening on November 12th. That's hosted by the Human Space Program. That's Frank White's group. We've been tuning into the Overview Roundtable on Wednesday mornings, and anybody can be part of that too. Joaquin, if you want to tune into that, you're very welcome to. But yeah, this event is going to be on November 12th, and we can add that link to the chat too.
Sounds really interesting.
Yeah, we have been learning about all kinds of really cool things going on out there. We have our ear to the ground, as they might say. And here we go. New Space Conference 2022. You going to bring out the picture?
No.
That's going to be in Seattle, Washington. It's the Space Frontier Foundation. It's their annual conference. That goes from August 24th to the 26th. And their hashtag is New Space 2022. Oh, we got a link here too. Let me add that to the chat. I love this. I can do all this stuff in here live on StreamYard. Then we're talking about Space Apps Challenge. That will be October 1st and 2nd. NASA does this annually. This is Space Apps inspires local communities to come together, think intensely, and create solutions to important problems. Each year, Space Apps engages thousands of individuals and cities around the world. This is a worldwide thing. With NASA's open source data in a 48-hour sprint, Teams of technologists, scientists, designers, entrepreneurs, artists, and others collaborate to answer some of the most pressing challenges on Earth and in space. Back to you.
Okay. If you or someone you know has done something interesting involving space exploration, science, or astronomy, we'd love to share our live. Join us again next Friday, August 26th, and help us welcome Derek Wallentinson. And Lydia might be our guest soon, too. And cloud spotting on Mars got moved to September.
Because we have guests.
And maybe even later if we have even more guests.
Yeah, that's fine. So thank you, everyone. We're gonna shout out Jessica and Daniel and Scott and Cliff and Anthony. Who else did we have?
Did you get Daniel?
I got Daniel, yeah. And of course, Joaquin. Thank you so much for being part of our show. I really, really appreciate all of you coming and hearing Joaquin and hearing him talk about his experiences. And thank you, Joaquin, for being here. And maybe you'll want to tune into when Lydia's on the show, too.
Maybe I'll tune in. Maybe I'll just pop on by, just say hello. Oh, thank you.
That'd be great.
It was an honor being here. I love talking to you guys.
Likewise, thank you. Can't wait to hear more about your college experience too. Maybe you'll go out there and do something really fantastic, and we'll bring you back and you'll tell us all about it. Because this is about science, space exploration, and astronomy. We got lots of topics we can cover.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I'm very excited for college. I'm very excited for what's next.
Just love to hear that. Thank you so much. All right. Anybody else? Oh, Anthony and Jessica. Cool. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yep.
Have a great week. We will see you on the 26th. Good night.
Bye.